and all of you, all the elders that are here, welcome, and young and old. We're so happy to have you. Today we celebrate 150 years of Arya Samaj, and 150 years ago, a revolutionary rose up, and he enlightened Bharat, and his voice rejected so many of the norms of the day: superstition, casteism, blind ritual. That voice, he cried out for truth, for the awakening of people. That voice was Maharishi Swami Dayananda, as we all know. The movement began with courage, with Maharishi Swami Dayananda fearlessly calling for truth, equality, and reform. Today, I pose a question to all of you, and I now ask, where are we today, 150 years later? Have we become comfortable in the shell of tradition, or are we still carrying forward the revolutionary fire of Maharishi Swami Dayananda? Because Arya Samaj was not meant for part-time believers. It was created to shape full-time warriors of Dharma. Have we remained true to his spirit? Have we stayed progressive, reformist, inclusive, and bold, or have we become gatekeepers of tradition rather than torchbearers of transformation? This year I had the utmost blessing of attending the Multi-Kund in India. And my dad and I walked alongside millions, not tourists, not fanatics, but devotees, true devotees, ordinary people with extraordinary faith. Many who had nothing except their dharma. And that dharma becomes their armor against suffering, against uncertainty, against fear. I saw devotion not for show, but from the soul. People who traveled for days, barefoot and hungry, just for a glimpse of that divine, to be in that energy, just to say thank you, Bhagwan, just to feel something bigger than themselves. And you know what I realized in that moment? I realized my privilege. I realized that we are all privileged. Privileged to question, privileged to explore, privileged to choose. Even in prayer, we're privileged. We're privileged not to pray. Many times in our lives, we only pray when we're in need or when we face adversity. But in that freedom, let us not forget, our ancestors didn't pass down dharma so that we could abandon it. They lit fires, whispered mantras, and sacrificed comfort so we could walk this path with strength. Don't mistake convenience for clarity. Dharma is not superstition, it's an armor for your soul. It's how we stay grounded in a world that keeps drifting. The world may walk away from God, but I've seen it with my own eyes. Faith still walks, and it walks barefoot through rivers, through smoke, through sand, through dirt, through dust, and let's honor that. And this year, as we commemorate this year, this 150 years, I'd like to be direct, and I'd like for us to be bold. We cannot be claimed to be followers of Maharishi Swami Dayananda and stay silent, inactive, or selectively compassionate. Are we teaching our children to chant Gayatri, but not explaining why it matters? Are we quick to light the Havan, but slow to light someone's path? Do we welcome the affluent, well-dressed devotee, but ignore the broken-hearted seeker? We don't need more part-time Aryas, we need full-time practitioners of Dharma. The time for silence is over. As a Vedic Pandit living in this modern world, and in this 150 year and beyond, my goal is to stand up, is to be bold, because this is what Swami Dayananda would have wanted. I vow to speak about taboo subjects that might be uncomfortable for many of us. I will challenge the ways in which many people push others away instead of pulling them in. I will not stand by quietly while people feel unwelcome or unworthy of being part of a spiritual community. Dharma was never meant to be exclusive. The Vedas were not written for the privileged few. They were written for all of humanity. And that part of Dharma, the very heart of it, is compassion and inclusion. And I say this clearly, here at the Vedic Cultural Samaj and Arya Samaj in general, we must be a home for all people. I'll say that again. We must be a home for all people. For people of different races, different castes, different backgrounds who have been kept at the margins. For the women who have been told that their role is to stay silent. For the LGBTQ plus person who has been told that God does not love them. For the immigrant or the undocumented soul afraid to walk in spiritual places out of fear. For the person recovering from addiction, the youth battling depression, or the soul who feels unloved. Arya Samaj cannot call itself Vedic if it does not welcome all. The Upanishad says, Isha vasamidam sarvam yat kincha jagat yam jagat. All of this, whatever exists, is pervaded by Ishwar. So who are we to reject anyone if Ishwar resides in all? The 10th principle, the Dasham Niyam that you heard here today, says that Sab manushya ko samajik sarvahitakari niyam palne mein patra tantra rahne chahiye. We are responsible for the collective good. And that means creating spaces where no one feels afraid to walk in, where the forgotten are remembered, where the wounded are healed, and the different are not just tolerated, they are embraced. This 100 years is not just a celebration, it's a challenge to all of us to go deeper, go louder, go bolder, be kinder. So today I make a vow in front of all of you, and I ask you to join me, to be bold in truth, be fearless in compassion, be active in service, and be radically inclusive in the practice of Dharma. Let's build Arya Samaj as a sanctuary for every seeking soul. Let us become the movement that welcomes, protects, uplifts, and transforms. Let this year be a turning point. Let Arya Samaj be known for let Arya Samaj not be known for what we are against, but let it be known for what we stand for. Truth, compassion, courage, and universal dharma. Let us not just be another tradition. Let us become a revolution of righteousness. One soul at a time, let us chant with our hearts and actions. Satyameva Jayate, the truth alone triumphs. Namaste, and I hope to see you all more in the future as we embark on this mission to create a safe space here in this community, to continue to be a space of welcoming, to be a space to uphold Dharma in the future. Thank you.